Hi there everyone, welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Thursday, October the 4th, 2012, and there's an awful lot of activity happening at the Syrian and Turkish border today and yesterday, as the mainstream media is reporting that the Syrian army has launched a mortar attack across the Turkish border, killing 5 Turkish soldiers. But a lot of people on the grounds are reporting quite the opposite, that this in fact may be a false flag attack orchestrated by Turkey in order to provide a pretext, in order to provide an excuse to invade Syria. Here is what Reuters has to say about what took place today. Turkish artillery strikes on Syria continue for a second day. Several Syrian soldiers killed in an overnight attack. Turkey launched artillery strikes after a mortar bomb fired from Syria killed 5 Turkish civilians. Turkey's parliament gave authorization on Thursday for military operations outside Turkish borders if the government deemed them necessary, a day after artillery shelling from Syria killed 5 civilians in a Turkish town. The government had sought parliamentary approval to send soldiers to foreign countries in a memorandum which said that aggressive action by Syria's armed forces against Turkish territory posed a serious threat to national security. Turkish artillery hit targets near Syria's Tel Abyad border town for a second day on Thursday, killing several Syrian soldiers, according to activists and security sources, after a mortar bomb fired from the area killed 5 Turkish civilians. In the most serious cross-border escalation of the 18-month uprising in Syria, Turkey hit back after what it called the last straw, when a mortar hit a residential neighborhood of the southern border town of Abyad on Wednesday. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said several Syrian soldiers were killed in the Turkish bombardment of a military post near the Syrian town of Tel Abyad, a few miles across the frontier from Abyad. It did not say how many soldiers died. We know that they have suffered losses, a Turkish security source told Reuters, without giving further details. NATO said that it stood by member nation Turkey and urged Syria to put an end to flagrant violations of international law. So let me just get this straight. NATO has stood by member nations Turkey and urged Syria to put an end to flagrant violations of international law. Well, perhaps a more flagrant violation of international law is the very fact that NATO seems to have positioned itself to be the global police force here that is going around the world trying to set things straight. I think what's more a flagrant violation of international law is the fact that the American military can now bypass Congress if it chooses that it wants to have a military intervention in another country, and can send in NATO troops, can send in American troops without getting the approval of the people. And we have to remember that in the age of false flag attacks, these sorts of things are becoming common practice now. And as I said, the mainstream media is reporting on this, suggesting that this is the fault of Syria. But we have to remember Syria is aligned with Russia and also China. And so any kind of a conflict that may happen in that region anytime soon could potentially spark something as big as World War III. So we have to continue to pay attention to these as they develop. And I wanted to show you today a YouTube channel. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, I would strongly suggest that you do. This is Syrian Girl, she goes by. And I will put a link in the description to where you can subscribe to her YouTube channel, because she is an activist on the grounds reporting about what is taking place, as opposed to what you're going to get from the mainstream corporate-controlled media. As you can see here, her video from today is titled "Turkey-Syria Border Attack false flag planned in advance by NATO. And I think she gives a really good analysis. She's doing a very good job of reporting there from the grounds on what's actually taking place. So especially today, tomorrow, the next few days, as this Turkish-Syrian border conflict is looking like it's likely going to continue to escalate. Again, I would strongly suggest that you subscribe to Syrian Girl's YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with somebody who's on the ground, somebody who's not a part of the mainstream controlled corporate media, so you can get the other side of the story of this current conflict that is going on that very well could potentially spark World War III. So this is something we have to continue to pay close attention to. So I'll put a link to the Reuters article in the description so you can see what the mainstream is saying. And I'll also put a link to Syrian Girl's YouTube channel, which again I would strongly suggest you subscribe to because she's doing a very good analysis from on the grounds about what's actually taking place there at the Syrian-Turkish border. And anyways, guys, that's all for today. Wanted to bring that to your attention. I want to thank you once again for tuning in, and I will talk to you all again tomorrow.